boxing fans, y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is. This is Nick with Being Boxing News. Just coming in with a real quick one. It's about the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch. Yeah, it's real. It's a lot of Devin Haney haters out there, man, right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I have no horse in this race, man. I'm a boxing supporter, bro. I don't jock none of these boxers, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't jock none of these boxers, bro. I'm a boxing supporter, but at the end of the day, when I see that there's a lot of bias, I tend to take the side of the person that I see that most people dislike or are against. And in this case, Devin Haney. I see a lot of people just dislike the man and just go against him for whatever reason. Um, Last year's fight against Ryan Garcia, his blood was a little tainted, bro. There was a little ostrine in there. Um, Regardless of the situation, um, he had tainted blood, bro. He had tainted tests. Um, he failed his tests. So at the end of the day, I feel to believe that Devin Haney was cheated. So with that being said, Devin Haney was cheated, and that should get scratched off the books. That fight was null and voided, just like it was on Devin Haney's record. So that fight has to be done over. We can't count that shit at the end of the day. So we can't say what happened then, what happened. We got to go forward and say what has to happen. Um, there's a lot of supporters that have been pointing out, look how Ryan looked then, and look how his body look now. I mean, if you looked at Ryan Garcia as of last April, man, he looked real. I mean, he was nice and buffed, and I mean, he looked nice compared to now. I mean, he wasn't all worked out and buffed and everything. So was it the Ostarine? Was it the steroids? I don't know. I'm not here you know, to prove anything. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go forward. What we're gonna say is, hey, he's on Vita 360 now, and it's yet to be proven. All we gonna say is, hey, he just got beat by Rolling, and he did not look like the same uh, Ryan Garcia that just fought Devin last April. That's what we gonna say. But at the same time, the topic of this discussion is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Did they both just drop the bag? Or are they going to be a rematch? Do the fans want to see it? What do you think? I mean, I think personally, um, I think both of them, man, I think they kind of like took the edge out of the rematch. I mean, I think both of these guys should have had a remarkable fight last week. If Ryan Garcia would have knocked out Rolly Romero and Devin Haney would have knocked out the guy named damn, I got the guy, man. I can't even think of his name. Just that quick. Knocked out the guy he was fighting. I think that it would have been like, damn, all right, now we got to fight. You know what I'm saying? But both of them had a horrible performance coming out. Both fighters had a horrible performance. Devin Haney looked like he has been out for a year. Ryan Garcia looked like he had been out for a year. Both of them just didn't look good. Um, of course, I would say that Devin Haney just didn't take any chances. Devin Haney was trying not to drop the bag. He was like, you know what, I'm not gonna just go in there and take chances. So that I would do everything in my power to whereas I can have this fight versus Ryan Garcia in September. And he didn't take any chances. Whereas Ryan Garcia, he went in there, he took Rolly Romero lightly, and he got scorched. In the second round, he got dropped, and then after that, he was gun shy. Rolly boxed the shit out of him and beat him up. You know, after you could see him crying in the van, he thought that Rolly was gonna be, he thought Rolly was gonna be an easy walk in the park. He should have known. You know, he should have known that Rolly was fighting at his true weight. It wasn't gonna be a easy walk in the park. See, when these guys drain themselves at a lower weight class, yes, sometimes it's easier to beat them at the lower weight class when you're training them. Rolly fought at 147. Rolly is the Rolly. That's more of Rolly weight class. So Rolly is a bigger dude. So when he fought Rolly at 147, bro, he fought the true Rolly. And you can look at Rolly's back. Rolly a bigger dude, a wider dude, and Rolly looked like he was the bigger dude in there that night. And Rolly, man, Rolly looked real powerful that night. You could hear him in that bad boy when he was fighting him. Um, Ramirez was the guy that Haney was fighting, and Haney didn't take no chances versus Ramirez. Haney was Haney was basically just taking his time and the art of the hit and not get hit. He was just canvassing the entire ring, the entire services. You know, he was trying to land, and he was holding his opponent, and he was just canvassing the entire. You know, he wasn't taking any chances, bro. He just wasn't. He figured, hey, I'm gonna take this one safe. You know, I'm gonna put some rounds in there, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna do anything to drop the bag. I'm going to have this rematch. What's that's the best thing to do? I don't really know, because at the end of the day, fans want to see the rematch, and they want to see an explosive Devin, because they want to see if he was ready, or if he have gotten better to face an explosive Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that we're all geared and we want to see. We want to see what did he do differently. And he's been facing a lot of criticism. But we all know in any sport, you know, you're gonna be faced a lot when you facing criticism, a lot of criticism, especially in a sport like boxing. That means pretty much you made it, bro. Floyd Mayweather faced a lot of criticism. Muhammad Ali faced a lot of criticism. Sugar Ray Leonard, all of our best boxers faced a lot of criticism. Um, Shit, people don't really when they don't like you in the sport. Tyson, people didn't start liking Tyson until he retired. Freaking Roy Jones faced a lot of criticism. People didn't like him. When people don't like you, most of the time that means you're doing something well. And right now, believe it or not, all the criticism and all the foul shit that you're hearing about Devin Haney, that's all you've been hearing is Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney. But Devin Haney threw just as many punches or a little bit more punches than what Canelo threw. Canelo threw less punches than Devin Haney, but you hear about Devin Haney. Canelo couldn't even cut the ring off versus his opponent, but nobody talked about that. You know, that's the kind of criticism I'm talking about when you're a guy like a Devin Haney, where people point out your mistakes, but nobody points out others' mistakes that make the exact same mistake as you. But again, the topic at hand is Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch. Is it going to really happen? Did both fighters drop the bag? I think that uh, the bag has been dropped. Good morning to William Old School. He said, just do boxing. Salute, my brother. He said, salute, salute, salute. Yeah, I think that the bag has been dropped. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think the bag has been dropped. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the bag has been dropped. I don't think nobody wants to see that shit, man. Just do says William Old School, aren't peace, brother. I don't know if anybody wants to see it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think that they both fighters should have had an explosive outing. And because both fighters did not have an explosive outing, bro, it's gonna be hard for anyone to want to come out there and support it. It's just that you know, right now in my mind, I'm thinking that Devin Haney's gonna go out there and he's gonna have the exact same performance that he had last week. And I'm thinking the same thing about Ryan Garcia. I'm thinking without his performance enhancement, I don't think that he's gonna have such an explosive performance as he had last April. So I'm kind of like, damn, bro. These two guys aren't gonna give us the show that they gave us last year. Remember, we want to see the exact same show, but we don't want to see it with the performance enhancement drugs. We want to see them both go at it. We want to see the best of both guys, but without the performance enhancers. And that's my thing when it comes to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. We want the 360. We want the Vital 360 to be going on, and both guys to continue to do it. And at any point in time that either guy deviate, that fight should be canceled immediately because that means that one of them's doing something they got no business doing. But at the end of the day, I think that it kind of lost its luster, man. I think that I don't know what has to happen from right now to for these guys to get their luster back, for the fight to catch on fire. But I don't know, man. I just I was kind of interested because I saw how big Devin got, and you know how it is when a guy start talking about, hey, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna knock you out. I start wanting to see a knockout, and I tell these boxers, I say about these boxers all the time, they shouldn't talk knockout if you're not gonna knock a guy out. Because once you start talking knockout, I start expecting a knockout, and I didn't see a knockout. I didn't see a knockout. I seen, I seen the guy moving around the ring, which was cool, being very productive, being very precautious. I saw a guy that was rusty, who hadn't been out in a year and didn't want to do anything, being very precautious, didn't want to do anything that was gonna cost him the bag. And I ain't knocking him, bro. Shit, don't mess up the bag, brother. Mike Mazak, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. He said, salute BN News. Yeah, man, salute to you, my brother. Yeah, bro. I seen the guy being very precautious out there, bro. He didn't want to mess up the bag, bro. You didn't want to go out there and all of a sudden, because y'all have to remember one thing. We as supporters, we are the ones that talked Devin Haney into that bullshit of going out there for a knockout versus Ryan Garcia. Supporters are the ones that told Devin Haney he he don't knock out nobody, he don't do this, he don't do that. Then Devin tried to do the unspeakable, and that's the shit that cost Devin Haney the fight. That's the shit that caused Devin to get his ass dropped as many times as he caused him to get dropped. Devin Haney was never a knockout artist, especially at the higher weight classes. Maybe when he was in the lower weight classes, we seen him drop some guys. But at the higher weight class, Devin Haney has never knocked out nobody. He hadn't done it in years. And the fans with the talking all that shit, God and Devin Haney, these guys listen to us, bro. These guys hear us. He went out there and got off his game plan and called himself trying to knock somebody out and then got caught. And as soon as he got caught, what happens? All the YouTubers, everybody, all the commentators, everybody start making videos, start talking shit. That's why I'm always say this, and I'm gonna say this to Devin Haney and anybody who listening. If he's a boxer, bruh, box. I say it to Devin, I say it to Shakur, I say it to all of them. If you a boxer, bruh, box. Do your game. If you a runner, run. I don't give a damn what you do. Do your thing. Don't let nobody talk you out of your game. That's one thing about me, bruh. You know, if whatever I do best, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm never gonna let nobody talk me out of my game into their game. That's just what a good talker do. A good talker will always get you to do it their way. And once you go into their land, they got you. Just like I say, a gator gonna get you into their waters. And once that gator got you into his waters, they're gonna eat your ass up alive. When old school say, salute to you, Mike Mazik. Good morning, my brother. So that's the thing about it, bro. Don't never let nobody talk to you into their shit, bro. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, bro. So you know what it is. So my whole thing is, do you guys still want to see this fight? That's the question, bro. Do y'all Are y'all still interested in the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch? I mean, if it comes on, I'm gonna watch it. But am I itching for it? Do I even wanna see it right now? I really don't have that itch for it like I did prior to last week because of what I just saw that this past weekend. I'm gonna be honest with you because I didn't see anything from both fighters. Both fighters didn't show me anything much. I mean, I didn't see any game plan adjustments. I didn't see much. Ryan Garcia was blaming everything on his coach. You know, Derrick James, Derrick James, Derrick James. Nah, dog, you the fighter, bro. You done took this man lightly. It's all on you. You know, everything is on you. Maybe and when it come to Devin Haney, maybe Devin Haney didn't want to let all his secrets out the bag yet. Maybe he's waiting for the big fight to let it all out the bag. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack here. It's a lot to unpack, bro. He probably say, you know what? I'm gonna play this one like this, and then when it's time for the big fight, all the shit that Shane Mosley showed me and everybody else showed me, I'm gonna unpack all that shit right here, and I'm gonna show y'all what I learned. I'm gonna show y'all what I got. We don't know. I just hope he don't come in that bitch for no knockout and he don't talk all that knockout shit. That's all I'm saying. Mike Music said, yes, definitely 100%. I would like to see Devin beat Ryan up. Yeah, 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 yeah. I definitely think I want to see a revenge, man. I just, in between time, uh, I don't want to see Ryan talk himself out of the fight. I just wish it would have been, um, Devin would have knocked out Ramirez and then Ryan would have knocked out Rowley. I wish it would have been like that, bro. I wish it would have been, or even Devin knocked out Ramirez and Rowley still would have had the outcome he would have had. I just wish I would have saw better Devin, and I think that would have still got me going. I just wanted Devin to unravel and unpack a little bit more, and I think that would have got me going personally. That would have just I just wanted to see more from Devin personally because I want to see him. I want to see more from him because I don't want to see him come in that bitch unprepared for a dude like Ryan Garcia because I don't want to see a repeat. I don't want to see a repeat of what I saw last April. I don't want that for him. Seriously. A guy like a Ryan Garcia and his mouth and all some of the shit that he said, um, him attempting to cheat, I don't want to hear because I'm gonna tell you something. We all control what enters our body, bro. I control what enters my body. There's no way, I take drug tests all the time. There's no way I'm gonna go take a drug test and tell my job, hey, I don't know how this methamphetamine got in my system. I don't know how this crack got into my system. How whatever drug or whatever got into my system. I can't tell it to my job. So he can't run that bullshit on me either. He don't know how this and that got into his system. So at the end of the day, we are all responsible for what get into our system. So that's them tell them go run that bullshit on somebody else. But at the end of the day, I mean on some real shit, you know, I would love to see the rematch. I just wanted both fighters to have more of a explosive victory to where they can get us all off our out of our seats and wanting to see this shit. But just the biasness that's going on, man. The Tim Bradleys you know, and just everybody just on Devin's hat. Just get off Devin's hat for a minute, bro. Because I think Canelo had the same type of fight. Canelo, who's supposed to be the face of boxing, couldn't cut off a damn ring. Talk about that shit. That shit needs to be talked about. You know, that shit need to be talked about. Like real talk. William Old School was popping with you, man. I don't know how this weed smoke got into my lungs. Yeah, tell me about that. Fuck. I want you to go to work and you tell that to a motherfucker, William Old School. You tell that to your job, bro. You don't know how that weed smoke got into your lungs. You tell that to somebody, bro. You tell that to somebody, bro. Let me see how well that shit go for you. That shit won't work well, brother. It will not work well. Shit. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was looking at some old pictures, when I was trying to get pictures for this year, and I saw how Ryan looked last year versus for last year's fight in April versus this fight. Man, that dude was looked nice, man. I mean, he was etched to the bone, bro. I should have posted some pictures last year versus now. That's what I should have had for this, and should have showed y'all how he looked last April versus now, and y'all probably would have been like, all right, it was a entirely different preparation. And the difference is, right? He was supposedly smoking weed and drinking beers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you smoking weed and drinking beers, you don't look like that, bro. You smoking weed and drinking beers, dog. You kind of have like a pudgy stomach and all that kind of shit. We all know that. That's why I don't drink beers, because I don't want a big stomach. You know, I'm faced with that shit now. So I try to stay away from that yeast. I try to stay away from beers. But but if you look at Ryan's stomach last year, you know, while he was drinking beers all at the weigh-in and shit, he had no stomach. He was flat as a motherfucker, bro. You could see his abs and all of that shit, bro. That dude was etched to the bone. Whereas this year, when he wasn't doing none of that, this dude didn't this dude didn't have no abs. He didn't have none of that shit, bro. So that's why I'm being honest, man. You could just say, hey, bro, y'all can't get mad if some of the spectators, some of us kind of have question marks on, was it really a mistake, or did he really do the unthinkable? You know what I'm saying? Did he really take this shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's common sense he did, bro. It's common sense he did, because he went to the extent of trying to fabricate and get all these lot numbers and do all this kind of bullshit, and trying to do all these cover ups. You know, y'all know about all the cover ups he was trying to do, bro. I mean, it's common sense, bro. So I mean, like I said, I'm not here trying to um, indict the man, because it's a done deal, right? We're moving past if he was taking the Ostarine or not. All right, we're moving past that shit. Where we at right now is, all we interested in seeing this fight or not. Personally, I am going to watch it if they present it, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not as enthusiastic about it as I would have been if both guys would have had a knockout. If Devin would have knocked out Ramirez and Ryan would have knocked out Rolly. Some people say that maybe Devin should fight Rolly. Nah, Devin ain't got. Rolly say he ain't got nothing with Devin, and Devin ain't got nothing with Rolly. Devin got to get it in blood first. Devin got to get Garcia. That's bottom line. You got to get it in blood first, bro. He got unfinished business with Garcia. After he got unfinished business with Garcia, then he can move forward. You know, and also in talks, they're saying that Garcia is talking about, hey, possibly rematching Rolly, and Devin could fight somebody else. So they're both talking about, hey, redoing their fights. Devin fighting somebody else on the Canelo undercard, and Ryan Garcia fighting, refighting or rematching Rolly to get it, to make it right. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, I mean, if he get beat again, is that gonna make the fight better? I mean, is that gonna do? What would that do? Shit, that might not be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We got to stay tuned and see what happens. At the end of the day, I just think that they should go ahead and just run it. They should just go ahead and just fight. Just get the shit over with. Just both of them just start talking their shit. Just they already got the fucking commercial. about the Ostarines and all this other shit, and just start running those commercials and start to promote and start going head first. Because I think at the end of the day that I think once the shit start, with the whole, you already know how it is. You already know that once both fathers get involved, Ryan Garcia father and Devin Haney father, once both fathers start talking their shits, you already know it's gonna get interesting. So that's just what it is. Both of them dudes got the most funniest fathers in the world. So at the end of the day, man, I think that's gonna be interesting. I'm I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. I just want to see a damn fight. I got no again. I'm gonna say it again because I don't want nobody to come on this bitch talking about blase blase. I got no horse in the race, bro. I'm a boxing fan. I'm a boxing supporter. Let me throw that out there. I ain't no fanatic. The only man I'm a fanatic of was my daddy, and I lost him at 21. All right, I'm a fanatic. I was a fanatic of my dad. I lost him at 21. So I'm not a fanatic of no man. All right. So I'm probably a fanatic of Jesus, if you want to say it, that's it. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a supporter of boxing. And the only other boxer, bro, besides I'm always gonna support Regis Prograis because he's from Louisiana, New Orleans. I'm always gonna rock with him at the end of the day. But David Benavidez, definitely, y'all know I rock with him. El Monstro, I rock with him because he a cool down to earth dude, and I like the way he rocking outside the ring. He's one of those dudes you see him outside the ring, he'll come fuck with you. So I rock with dudes like that. That's down to earth. Some of these dudes you see them outside the ring, they gonna treat you like a peasant. I don't fuck with niggas like that because I got my own money. I don't need nothing from none of these boxers. I don't need no interviews. I don't need shit from none of them. I'm out here grinding and I'm getting my own, so I don't need shit from none of them. So William Old School said Rolly gonna fight the biggest payday. Oh yeah, man, Rolly, man, Ryan Garcia done sparked Rolly, man. Rolly the man right now. Rolly the man right now. I don't know who taught him how to box, but him getting rid of that bullshit coach he had was the best thing he could have ever done for his career. And I don't know who his coach is right now, man, but they did a good job on him. 'Cause he was out there boxing, bro. He did a great job. Damn great job. Devin, William Old School said Devin has one more performance like the other day, and he might not ever get another chance. Can't he gotta let his hands go, bro. That's that Adrian Broner shit. He gotta let his hands go. I don't think that like we all know, what the sport is, right? The sport is hit and to not get hit, but um casuals love to see knockouts. Casuals like the griminess and the blood and all that shit. The casuals don't understand the actual art. The casuals don't know nothing about that. We know about it, cause like JC, we're degenerates. We know about it. But the casuals don't really know about it. And they're the motherfuckers that everybody give the casuals all the credits, right, for buying and supporting and all that shit. The degenerates don't really get no credit for the shit. So if we gonna go in the same lane that everybody else say, cause everybody say casuals are the ones motherfuckers that spend the money. So if I'm gonna go in the same lane with everybody else, right, and say the casuals, so if the casuals are the motherfuckers that spend the money, like they actually attend the fights and all that shit, if I'm gonna go in that lane, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that and say, hey, he needs to not be as precautious going forward, and he needs to unload the tank. He needs to box the fuck out whoever he fight next, and he needs to show us what he learned. He needs to go in that toolbox, like everybody always say. They got a toolbox. They said that Tank had a toolbox. He should have went that motherfucker for Lamont Roach. They say Errol Spence had a toolbox. He should have went in that motherfucker for Terrence Crawford. These toolboxes that motherfuckers got, that they say that they got, and when they gonna go in them, go on these toolboxes, or did they put locks on these toolboxes? Go on your toolbox. You got to go on these toolboxes, bro. So, Devin Haney, we're asking you to go on this toolbox, bro. We need to see what's inside of it, because at the end of the day, there's a rematch, and we ready. We ready to see. We ready to see it. I want to see it personally. I'm ready to see it personally. I'm serious. I'm ready to see a fight, bro. At the end of the day, I'm ready to see a fucking fight. I'm ready to see I'm ready to see Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, and I'm ready to see it in blood. I don't want to see I want to see it, but I don't want to see the same shit I saw last time. And I want to see a clean fight. No excuses. You know how Tarver and Roy Jones said, got any excuses this time, Roy? That's how I want that bitch to come. I want I want I want the motherfucker to come just like they got any excuses this time and rumble. And I want that bitch to be just like that. Straight up. Rolly definitely looks a lot better. Yeah, Rolly does. Rolly does look a lot better, dog. But we're gonna have to see, man. We're gonna have to fucking see, man. Could have been a one hit. Could have been a one hit wonder, you know. Rolly could have definitely been a one hit wonder. We don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what Rolly, if Rolly could repeat. He could have been a Buster Douglas, bro. Nah, it's foul. He could have been a Buster Douglas. We don't know. He could have been a Buster Douglas, dog. One hit wonder. But at the end of the day, we're gonna have to wait and see. And you know, hopefully this shit happens. You know, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch. Um, Me personally, if I had to answer my own question, the question at hand was, did they drop the bag? I think both fighters did drop the bag because both fighters should have did more. Both fighters should have took more chances. Both fighters should have let their hands go. You know, and like most people said this past weekend, none of those guys took chances this past weekend. None of them. I'm not. I'm just saying. Friday, Saturday, none of them took chances. The only people who took chances on was on Sunday, Anui versus Cardenas. Those two dudes fought. Those two dudes put their feet on the gas and they fought. That's the shit that we should have saw on that night, and we didn't see it. We didn't get it. So that's where I'm at with it, and that's what we looking forward to. And then if we just saw some shit like that on both ends, I think that we would have been grueling for this damn rematch. I think we'd have been both crying, like, man, we can't wait for this shit. We'd have been like, we can't wait for this Devin Haney, freaking Ryan Garcia rematch. But we didn't get that shit. So at the end of the day, right now, we just like, it is what it is. Yes, I agree with you. William Old School, they both shit the bed. So we're gonna have to wait and see what they're gonna do. So I'm gonna have to get off here 'cause I know Jay getting ready to get on here. But I had to come on here and pretty much say what you just said. Both of these guys shit the bed, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Devin Haney was, like I said, being very precautious because he didn't want to drop the bag. And Ryan Garcia took his man lightly. He took his man very lightly. And at the end of the day, because he took his man lightly, his man beat him. Devin Haney was, he fought a very cautious fight and didn't, because he didn't want to do anything that would cause him to fight. And I get it. I get it. He ain't want to do nothing that's gonna cause him to fight to where motherfucker would have landed something on him and he would end up on the canvas and then boom, cost him a payday and cost him a fight versus that dude who cheated on him. I get it, bro. That's like a double loss, a triple loss, because he would have lost versus Ramirez, he'd have lost the bag, and he'll never be able to avenge his fight versus Ryan Garcia. That's a triple loss. Nah, I get it. I think if I was faced with the same thing, adversity, I think I would have done the exact same thing Haney done. But now Haney got to figure out a way to where he can fix his name back up to where he don't have to ever, you know, he don't ever have to fight against the grain. Because right now he's coming up against the grain of two bad fights: the one versus Ryan Garcia and this last fight versus Ramirez. And with that being said, thank y'all for coming to support Just Do, Mike Mazak, William Old School, and everybody else, man. Thank y'all for your support. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.